What's up, my britches? Long time no see, but you know what's gonna bring me back to YouTube is a good old Sephora sale. So, before we get into recommendations, what's in my cart, we're gonna do a Sephora Loves List declutter because I typically do these videos every time a sale's coming up. It's how I mentally prepare myself. I get my cart ready. It's a whole thing. You guys are doing the same, I already know. So if you guys enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to give it a big, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up or thumbs it down. That's cool too. If you're new here, subscribe. Everything you see is in live stream format, so love that for us. Hello to other britches coming in the live chat. Guys, I'm back. You should know, if I disappear, if there's a Sephora sale coming up, you already know I'm coming back for it. So before we get into what's in my loves list, this is how I prepare for sales. But in case you haven't seen it yet, here's the info coming up. I love me a good Sephora sale. I know all you guys do too. I do have a lot of recommendations that will be coming to you hopefully tomorrow on my face right now. But 30% off Sephora collection starts for everybody April 5th. So as you're watching this, it's now April 4th. Wow, you can tell I haven't done this in a while because I can't talk today. So technically tomorrow the sale starts, and I guess Sephora collection is available for everybody at 30% starting the 5th. Is that correct? That's to my understanding. Rouge members get first access the 5th through the 15th. VIBs get 15% off the 9th to the 15th. Insiders from the 9th to the 15th get 10% off. Honestly, if you're anything less than a Rouge, I'd probably just recommend buying from like retailers' websites. Just because like 20% off is decent, but like 10 and 15, most brands have those sales themselves. I mean, unless you're looking at like luxury shit. We talk about this all the time. Don't feel like you gotta buy shit. But, I mean, we all know that we love a Sephora VIB sale. So use code YAYSAVE at checkout. I need to know what is in your carts, your recommendations. I need it all. Okay, guys? Let me know. Help me out in the comment section of this video. And let's dive into what is in my loves list. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Kara. Hi, Clarissa. What's good? What's poppin'? All right, first one. You're probably going to see a lot of foundations. I need to know what foundations you guys recommend that are, I would say, light to medium, but buildable coverage, natural skin-like finish, flattering on texture. Give me your recommendations, because I always like to get at least one foundation during the sale, especially brands like Prada Beauty. So I have heard a lot of good things about the Reveal Skin Optimizing Refillable Soft Matte Foundation. It retails for $70. She's going to stay because this is one that is at the top of my list to pick up during the sale. Like I said, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Next is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I have a shade of this already, and I actually have come to really enjoy this foundation. If you're curious, I have the shade, I can barely read it, 280 Light Medium Neutral. So this one works best for me if you're a similar complexion to me. This is more of like my summer shade. So I wanted to get the white one just to lighten this for when I'm obviously not as dark as I get during the summertime. I actually feel like I could get potentially a little bit deeper than 280, but this is what worked for me last year. I just find that it's a little bit too dark for me for, I would say, like fall, winter to spring. But summertime, this shade will work for me. So I thought about getting the white one just because like Haus Labs is pretty exclusive aside from getting it from Haus Labs website alone. And it's $45. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to get it, the VIB sale is most likely where I'm going to get it. And I mean, I feel like the only other foundation range that I've seen do a white shade is KVD Beauty, I think. But if you guys have this, let me know. Either one of those foundations, let me know. Ashley says, I'm so stuck on what or if I should get anything. I don't even try to play myself by saying I'm not going to get anything because I think we all know that that's a lie. Like, where is Maury? The lie detector determined that that is a lie. If I were to ever say, yeah, I'm not buying anything, you know I'm full of shit. Okay, next thing. This is not out yet, but the Hourglass Vanish Airbrushed Pressed Powder. Y'all know how much I love Hourglass powders. It's not available yet, but it's $48. I think that there's 5 or 6 different shades. I personally would gravitate towards translucent. However, I could see myself getting a different shade. I don't know yet. Oh, but Hourglass powders like fuck me up. I'm all about this life. I love Hourglass powders. They're flattering on texture. There's truly nothing like Hourglass powders. And the fact that this is an airbrushed pressed powder, I already know that I love the loose version. Yeah, I'm about 90% sure I'm going to get this one. Especially if it drops during the sale. Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh, Chupapi Monyeño! I haven't seen you guys in so long. I miss you guys. Okay, so that one. Yeah, if that drops, I'll keep my eyes at Ulta. Because here's the deal, guys. I don't know if everybody got this. But I feel like this is one of the first times I've ever seen Ulta drop a 20% off, including Prestige, during the same time frame as the Sephora VIB sale. So when you guys see me shop, you're gonna notice how I'm strategically shopping, because if I can get it at Ulta, I'm fucking getting it there. So if that Hourglass powder drops at Ulta, that's where I'm gonna get it, because their point system's better, right? It's better. Got it. All right, next we have Tom Ford, the Soleil Glow Highlighter. So I'm pretty sure this one just launched, and it's not Tom Ford Tuesday today, but I'm pretty sure Mo Makeup Mo Beauty has posted a video using that highlighter. I don't know if I'll get this one, so I'm going to keep it in my loves list. I saw that there was a pink one during the last sale, and I should have fucking bought it, because I love a pinky toned highlight so much. So this is Nude Sand. It's a golden champagne. I probably have like this a million times over in my collection, but Tom Ford has a fantastic, flattering, super reflective, beautiful highlight formula. So she gonna stay for now, but I could see this one making its way out. Next, I have been looking for this one for a while. So it's the Makeup Forever HD Skin Face Essentials palette, I guess you could call it. It's a cream face palette for, I'm going to say, foundation, concealer, contour, bronzer, blush, all in cream formula. This would be fantastic for like a makeup artist, or if you're somebody that travels a lot. I love the idea of this, and I think that this would be something I would like, but I don't necessarily think that I would use it enough. But I've seen a couple videos on TikTok about this, and I'm interested because I like it. I like the idea, but it's $88. I think it would be worth it. But because this just dropped, she gonna stay in the loves list for now. And then if Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in the shade Pink drops, I normally will say don't ever pay full price for Pat McGrath. And I'll even say don't even pay 20% off. Wait for like a 50% off glitch, or at least 30% off. I feel like we usually get a spring sale for Pat McGrath. If you're considering anything Pat McGrath, put it on the back burner. I literally just put this in my loves list because I saw that it dropped, and I'm like, do I want to sacrifice the 10% and go with the 20 just so I can get it? I love a pink under eye powder, but realistically, I'm like, do I need it right now? No, not really. I got the Huda Beauty one that I love and I recommend, which you'll see in my recommendations video coming. Hey girl, hey! Everybody's like, wait, what the fuck? Brittany's still alive. I have to give you guys an update too, because I about shit my pants the other day. So here, this is going to be for the OG britches. If you're watching and you're new here, disregard this information because you're going to be like, why is this relevant whatsoever? But I know a lot of people were asking previously, and I feel comfortable enough to share this because, you know, everybody was very familiar with this person. Do y'all remember Tammy, Mrs. Unnecessary? And how nobody had seen or heard from her for like 2 years? Guys, I heard from her the other day. She's alive and well. I know a lot of us were nervous. She's out there. Tammy, if you're watching this, we missed you. I just wanted everybody to know that because I about shit my pants. I seen that she followed me on TikTok and I messaged her and I'm like, oh my God, is this Tammy? Guys, she's back. Hopefully we see her in the live chat at some point, but we're carrying on. Sorry, I had to include that because I was really excited when I saw that message the other day. All right, next we have Urban Decay Face Bond Self-Setting Waterproof Foundation. Like I said in the beginning, like I always throw foundations in my loves list because I love trying and testing new foundations. So even if I'm not that interested in them, I'll still throw them in there just because I'm like, maybe somebody will have like a raving review about them, or maybe I'll just decide one day that I'll buy it. I don't know. It's weird. This is just how I utilize my loves list, okay? It makes no sense, but it makes sense to me. So this one, I seen it in store the other day. It seemed to me that it was going to be a little bit of a heavier foundation, but I want to know if anybody's tried this. Same with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Beauty Balm Serum Boosting Skin Tint, because I seen a lot of people raving about that on TikTok specifically. I haven't really been watching that much YouTube. I know, don't come for me. I've been watching a lot of TikTok. It's because it's quicker, right? But as you guys have seen, I have been pretty much like nowhere to be found pretty much on any social media just because like I got shit going on, but hopefully we're back for a good amount of time. But anyways, I've seen good reviews about the Anastasia specifically, but if I don't see a wear test, I don't believe it. And I don't think I've seen any wear test yet. Right? Everyone is finding their way back to social media. Must be a sign. I know, right? I knew, Leah, I knew you'd be excited. Glad she's okay. I wondered about her. Girl, me too. Like, I messaged her because from what she was saying, she got locked out of her Instagram. And that's, I feel, how she used to communicate with a lot of us. Yeah, because I was like, Tammy, I literally thought you died. If she watches this back, I'm going to die laughing because she's going to be like, oh my God, they remember me. She was the sweetest, or still is the sweetest, but I knew we all missed her. You're welcome for the update. All right, next we have Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow Foundation. I wish I could remember the name of the account on TikTok, but she basically just does a shit ton of foundation reviews. She's got rosacea on her cheeks, I think, or she's got some sort of redness, and she always goes like this during her intro of her videos. Couldn't tell you what the hell her name is, but I see her come across my feed, and I saw her video on this foundation, and I was like, okay, I feel like I need that. And I also really like the fact that it comes in smaller sizes, so I threw this one in the cart, or in my loves list, because I wanted to remind myself, hey, look for this. Because whenever I'm shopping for the sale, I always refer and I'll scroll through my loves list, which is why I do these declutters. Because anything I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, it's been sitting in my loves list, like, be gone. And then this is like a revolving thing. Like, I add things, I take them out. It makes no sense. I'm telling you, it makes no sense. Hey, guys! So this one, I'm going to keep in there. Another one, I could see myself getting the smaller size just to try it, because I'm always curious about a good foundation. I need to know, what are your guys' favorite foundations? Next, we have the Dior Forever Glow Maximizer in the shade Pearly. I had seen these in store, and I have one already. I already have the shade Pink, which I'm wearing here today. Definitely recommend. I love this. I seen these in store, and I swatched them. And Pearly caught my eye because it is actually pearly. Like, it has sparkles in it, but they're so minuscule. Like, they're so tiny and so pretty. It reminds me of a liquid form of the white highlighter powder that Dior does that I love so much. So it's going to be something I might not get now. It's going to depend on how much money I'm spending. And also, if you guys missed it, I can now place orders on Dior again. We're having a great time over here. So I could see myself waiting on this because I don't think that this shade is necessarily going to be ideal for me for spring, summer, because I do get quite a bit deeper than what I am now. Like, this is probably the most fair that I've been in a really long time. So I do get a really nice tan in the summer. So I think that this shade might not necessarily be the best, but come fall, winter, when I lose my tan a little bit, I could see myself rocking the shit out of that. And I just thought it was so beautiful. The gold one is also really beautiful for my skin tone. And then I also saw there's almost like a coppery color. And I seen another creator use it as almost like, I guess it was a luminous blush, but it looked so fucking beautiful. But I'm over here like, okay, I got texture on my cheeks. I don't know if that's super ideal, but it's Dior and it's worth a shot, I think. So I could see myself picking up a shade of these, but this was the one I was like, oh my God. When I swatched all of them, this was the one that stood out to me the most, because the other ones I feel like are more, like when you look at this cheek, I feel like it's very natural, everyday, just something like it's there, but it's not too over the top. I feel like the white one, it just kicks it up just a notch. Like this side is a little bit more intense. That's what I feel like you're going to get from the white version. But it's also a lot lighter. So it, like if you're fair toned, oh, this will be so pretty on you. Calling it right now. Right? Brittany, she said, me and Dior, I know. I first initially bought this. This was what I bought from the Dior website. So I'm like, all right, let me try it. It's been a while. I haven't tried shopping in a minute. And it went through and I couldn't believe it. I could have cried. So excited. Brown Girl Bella said, none of the new foundations are blowing up my skirt. I feel like that too. And I think that's why I'm like, the Prada one or La Mer, because I feel like La Mer stands the test of time. Like I have heard people talk about La Mer for so long. Another thing I need is a concealer recommendation, because this loves list is not over with yet. Okay, next we have Ilia, the Skin Rewind Blurring Foundation and Concealer Complexion Stick. I swatched this in store and I love the idea of it, but I feel like realistically I have come to terms with myself that I am not a complexion stick type of bitch. I want to be, and I want to find, like I have found formulas that I like, but they don't ever blow my socks off, or they don't perform better than a liquid. Like a liquid foundation just gives me exactly what I look for. Like how my skin is right now, this is what I love for me. And I feel like stick foundations always look heavier. So that's where it could be operator error. I'll own that. It could be me. But if you guys have a stick foundation recommendation, please let me know. I would say like two of my favorite ones are probably Westman Atelier and also Basma Beauty, which Basma Beauty came out with cream blushes. And I seen the shade Burnt Orange. And I just love blushes like this. For spring and summer, give me an orangey, terracotta, coral. I love that shit. So I seen that and I want it. Because one, I love Basma Beauty. Two, it's a new product for them. So I'm excited to support them. So I am like 90% sure I'm going to get that. Plus it's bright orange. One of my all-time favorite cream blushes of all time is the Tower 28 in the shade... Fuck, what's the shade name of it? I used to know this by heart. It's the orange one. Golden Hour. I used to recommend that one all the time. I still love it. But we're gonna try this one, I think, because it does look beautiful. Duchess Marie says Hourglass Stick Foundation is great. I feel like I tried that, but it was a long time ago. Like when it first launched. That would be one I'm curious to retry it again. Because I feel like when I tried it, I didn't really use creams or liquids either. So I like set myself up for failure. Like I wasn't going to like it because I wasn't using products like that to begin with, you know? All right, next we have the new shades of the House Labs blushes. Now, I fucking love the two shades that I have. Oh, the Basma Fuchsia blush is hot. I need to look at swatches. The orange one caught my attention the most, but I love bright makeup for spring and summer. Especially when I got a tan. It's stuff that I would never wear, even like bright lipsticks. It's the time of the year to shine, because I'm one of those people, I definitely shop according to like the time of year. So during this sale, I'll prioritize products that are spring, summer appropriate. Not everybody's like that, but I am. So like when I see these blushes from House Labs, I could see myself passing on these for now because I already have the shades that are perfect for spring summer, which are from the original one, but it was Dragon Fruit Days and Watermelon Bliss, like two of the most like vibrant type of blushes that I own. But this is the type of shit that I love for spring and summer. But I want like a terracotta, just like anything terracotta. Fuck me up. I love that shit. That goes for all year, but especially spring summer because it just gives the vibe of like a sunburn, and I love that look. It's just what I like. Let's see. Basma goes on very sheer, but you can build it up. Good to know, and I feel like that is even better for me, especially since it says it's like a burnt orange and it's bright orange. Danessa Myricks Golden Hour blushes on my list. I love the Danessa Myricks blushes. I actually have It Girl. It's the hot pink one. That is one of the blushes that's on my face right now. Beautiful formula, especially if you have texture like I do. It gives you the illusion of like Facetune and a blush. Like it feels and looks like it's blurring your skin as you're applying it. And it's because of that, the formula that they have. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Okay, anyways. Next we have Huda Beauty, the full filler shiny non-sticky lip gloss. I personally like the shade Bombshell, but I think that this one sold out. There was one other flavor. There was one other shade that I liked, but it was better for I think like fall winter because it had almost like a coolness to it. But Bombshell was just, in my opinion, like what I would foresee for myself as a staple. Is it something I need right now? Absolutely not. But it's on my loves list because I want to remember that I wanted that at one point. And it could come off. Who knows? Next we have Patrick Ta, the Major Volume Plumping Lip Gloss. I'm going to take this one off my loves list because I have just accepted the fact I don't like these. And it's because of the smell. Like the smell and the taste of it. I don't like when they've got like the cinnamon and it's like, think of like a fireball. It's so like artificial and I don't like it. And I don't like that. It's like it's supposed to be a warming sensation, but it's not. I'm much more of like a minty cooling sensation type of bitch. The warming and cinnamon, I don't like it. But it's something very specific about the Patrick Ta where I'm just like, this tastes awful. And no, you're not supposed to you're not like meant to taste it like that, but you still can. And I don't love that for me. So that one I'm going to end up taking off my list because I like the color of it, but no. Okay, then we have Laneige, the Berries and Choco Kisses set. So it's got a Laneige lip sleeping mask and also the lip glowy balm. I love the idea of this. I thought it was cutesy. But you're saving $1 getting both of them. I feel like there should be a better value. Like, do it for like $23 or something like that. I just feel like you should save more, than just $1. Because it's just like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't need to get both. Because I really think that the lip sleeping mask is superior over the lip glowy balm. Just my opinion, don't come for me. Yeah, that'll probably come off my list as well. I'm not going to take them off my list as I'm talking about them because I think it, like, resets the page, and I don't think any of us want to go through that right now. Next, we have Haus Labs, the PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze Plumping Gloss. Another one I've seen all over TikTok, primarily from people that have gotten it in PR. So I'm like, okay, I feel like it's just going to be a lip gloss. I did swatch them in store, and the shade Guava was my favorite of all of them. There was one other shade, but I couldn't remember which one it was. But Guava was the one that really stood out in my head. It's just a soft, warm pink lip gloss. Anything special about it? Probably not, but time will tell. We'll see if I pick it up. I have a feeling that that one is probably going to get bypassed as well, but we shall see. Oh, let's see. I see you have the new Hourglass powder in your cart. You're going to fall in love with it, how it looks on your skin. You have it? You have it? You were the first one I saw post about it. Give me the tea, sis. I didn't see it until today. Like, I was like, oh, they're coming out with a new powder. I love that. But I haven't read anything about it. I literally saw your post, and that was all that I saw. And I didn't even read under your post. I think I just seen it, and I liked it, and just kept going. I hear the Ole Henriksen lip balms are good. I added one in my cart to try. Who did I just see talking about one of those today? I can't remember. I did see a TikTok video talking about those ones, though. Maybe one of those will find its way. Oh, girl, I need to know. Oh, it's like an hourglass powder, so I expect to love it. But yeah, I'm going to have to do some research on your page to see if you have like pictures of yourself wearing it, because I am all about hourglass life. Okay, next we have the Very Valentino 24-Hour Hydrating Concealer. Another concealer I've heard really good things about. I'm debating if I want to pick up another concealer to try, because I want to say Guerlain has a concealer that's supposed to be basically a concealer version of this, and this is one of my favorite foundations right now. So if I see that one comes in stock, I'll probably snag that. But I have a feeling I'm going to end up buying another Dior one. Unless I see that this is available at Ulta, then it's fair game. But the Valentino, was it Charlotte Holdcroft I see talking about that one? That's another foundation. Or no, I have that foundation, I think. Yes, I do. It's right here. Another fantastic foundation available at Sephora. So because of how much I like the foundation, and I've heard good things about the concealer, it made me want it. So that's going to stay in there. Another one of the Prada. So it's safe to say that I definitely want that foundation. I have a feeling that's going to be the one I get for the sale. We have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Peach Pie. So fun fact, I already have a mini size of it, and I love it. So that's why I put the full size on my loves list, because I honestly cannot stand this packaging. So because I got the smaller one and I loved it, I'm like, okay, well, I could just, empty the small one into the big one, so that I'll have just a shit ton of peach pie powder. And honestly, like, I love the pink powder, but I like peach pie on me and my complexion better for right now. So that's why, like I said, I love the pink, but I think that peach pie is more flattering. And it's just like a different effect. Pink is very brightening, but I feel like sometimes it accentuates things that the peach pie doesn't. Let me know if you guys have the same, issue with that. But I do think for my complexion right now, the peach pie does look better. So that's going to stay in my cart. The Peter Thomas Roth Instant Firm X Glow Filter Priming Serum. I seen somebody talking about this, which is why I added it into my loves list. And I'm like 90% sure they actually sent this to me. Because I love this primer. So many people hate it, and it's so fucking tedious, but I don't care. If you get this to lay just right, this is the Instant Firm X No Filter Primer. If you get this to lay just right, it will make your skin look fucking poreless. It's insane, because I have very large pores in this area right here, but you have to be careful. Like, I hate recommending it because I'm like, it's literally a pain in the ass to apply and make sure it lays down right. Like, around my eyes, I have to be really careful, and in like my smile lines, you just really have to make sure you let it dry down. So some people are just like, no, it's too finicky. But I'm telling you, if you figure out how to use it just right, it looks incredible. Like, your skin will never look better than what it does wearing that. But it's just going to take you some time to get there. But anyways, so this, I seen it, and I'm pretty sure it's in my drawer right now. My room is still in shambles. Everything's still a fucking shit show in here, guys. I have literally spent almost no time in here. I'll get there one of these days. But that one, if it's in my drawer, it'll come off my loves list. Next, we have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Moisture Repair Balm Serum with hyaluronic acid and squalene. I need to know if anybody has this, because I have the other Danessa Myricks primer, and I don't get the hype of it. This one right here, I got the mini size. This was like a little duo with the It Girl Yummy Skin Flush Balm. So this is the original Yummy Skin in the shade Universal. A part of me feels like it's me, like I'm the problem, but then I'm also like, no, I just don't think it works for me. Or I feel like my expectations are just unrealistic. I expect to get results like I'm going to get with this, and it just doesn't give that to me. So I'm like, what's the difference between this and that? Because it feels like it should be like the same, but this one it says balm serum. I don't know. If you've tried both, I need to know your feedback, because I could see myself taking that off my loves list if it's comparable, but if it's better, I need to know. So you guys come through and let me know. Next we have Makeup Forever, the Artist Longwear Skin Fusing Matte Powder Bronzer. I'm on the hunt for a bronzer, because it's been a minute since I've gotten a powder bronzer. My current favorite at Sephora is from Gucci. I saw that YSL has a bronzer coming. I saw that Armani Beauty has a bronzer coming. So if one of those drops, she probably coming home with me. But this one, I'm like, okay, I feel like this is more ideal for me fall, winter, simply because it's matte. I personally like a more luminous or some sort of like skin-like finish for spring and summer. Matte is usually fall, winter, at least for me. So this one, I'll keep it on my loves list, and maybe during the next sale, I'll grab it, or it'll probably come off if I don't grab it by then. Let's see. That one is a serum, and it really feels like a serum. But it looks like a balm. That's what's fucking me up. Because then we have this one, the Yummy Skin Mattifying Water Powder Serum with niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. Like, what's the difference between those? I mean, this one says it's mattifying. That one says it's moisture repair. I really don't feel like either of these are what, like, I envision them to be. Because I think Danessa was doing, like, a sneak peek or something like that. It was before that she even announced that she was launching products. So there was something either on TikTok or Instagram where she was like unveiling her new products and she was applying them, and I'm like, okay, I love the way that this looks, but I felt like it was something that was more for the blurring aspect. But after reading this, I'm not thinking it's the right product. So those two could possibly come off my list, because yeah, one of them seems like it's just going to be a mattifying primer. But you know what? I give so many props to Danessa Myricks, because I feel like she's always creating products that are just like out of the box and not like something that every other brand is doing. And I really appreciate that about Danessa Myricks. I just have a really hard time finding products that work good for me. Like, I want to love everything, and I just don't, unfortunately. Like, my favorite thing that I've ever tried from Danessa Myricks are those Yummy Skin Flush. Those are fantastic. But we shall see. Time will tell. Killian Princess. I love this perfume. I already know that I like it, but this is the Eau Franche, or however you say that, okay? I feel like this one's supposed to be more like florally, maybe. I added it into my cart or my loves list for a reason. I just can't really remember. I want to say this one was meant to be more floral, because there's Princess and then there's this one. I even think that there's one other one. So always pay attention to all of the wording of the fragrances, because some of them will have slightly different notes, but like a touch of the originals. That makes sense. So I want to say that this one was more of like a florally one. I'm going to keep that in there for now. I'm going to have to go back and look at why I added it in there. So then we have the Makeup Forever HD. That's the one that I was talking about in the mini size. Next we have the Charlotte Tilbury Kissing Shine Satin Liquid not liquid lipstick. It's just the lipstick. I swatched this in store. This has been in my loves list since these launched, because I was like, okay, I want to get one of them. But since time has passed, I'm like, okay, I really don't. I really don't need this in my collection. I do like this formula, but there's other formulas that I think are also fantastic, and Charlotte Tilbury is now available on Ulta. So I feel like this one's going to come off my list and go into my wish list at Ulta instead. Next, we have Killian Born to be Unforgettable. I think I'm going to get this one for my husband because I smelled this in store, and I believe this is designed to be unisex, but it leans, in my opinion, more masculine. And when I smelled it in store, I was just like, this is a fragrance that I think would smell so good on my husband. Like, I think my husband smells so fucking good, and so does everybody else. He always has such good smelling fragrances, and this is just one that I just think fits him really well, but it's different for, like, normally he's like Jimmy Choo Man or the Chanel Blue, the one with the gold. I always talk about that one. It's one of my favorites. Oh, let's see. What other ones? Burberry Touch. There's a couple Versace ones that he loves cologne, so we always are getting different colognes because that's just what we do. I love perfume, he loves cologne. So I think that I'm gonna get the trial size just to see how it, reacts with his body chemistry, because that is a thing. I mean, some people probably don't believe that it is, but it does matter, like how it reacts with your skin and your pheromones and that shit. Some fragrances that I love, like the scent of them, on me, some of them pull like BO, or if there's patchouli, that's all you smell. It's just how it reacts with my skin sometimes. So always test your fragrances if you're shopping for them. Next, we have Dior Backstage Eyeshadow Palette. I don't own any of these, and that color story I just thought was so pretty. It's the Smoky Essentials. I think this is the newest one for $52. I really don't think that I'm going to buy any palettes unless some drop. But I have gotten to a point in my collection where I'm like, I have so many fucking palettes. Like, what do I do with all these? I think I'm just like paletted out right now. I say that, and I just literally got the new Lunar Beauty one. So maybe that's why. You know what it is? The palette selection is boring as fuck right now. There's no really new ones that are rocking my world. I think the newest one was the Makeup by Mario, and it's like, okay, it's an all matte, neutral, cool tone. Woo! I'm not an all matte palette type of girly. I try to be, and I've tried to be. I'm just not that bitch. So for this one, I'm like, it's probably going to come out. It's probably going to come off the loves list, and Dior is now available on Ulta as well. Ulta's out here killing it, but there's certain products that are and are not available. So you got to play like okay, what can I get there? What can I get here? It's a whole thing. It happens every time. Next, we have YSL Black Opium Parfum Over Red. This smells delightful, but this is more of a fall winter fragrance for me. So that's going to stay on the loves list just because. Look at Prada Beauty Foundation again. I think this is a sign that, bitch, you need to try the Prada Beauty Foundation. If you've tried that foundation, though, let me know your feedback. I can't believe how little Gucci Beauty I have on my loves list, though. So we've got the Gucci lip gloss, $42 lip gloss. I want to own everything Gucci. But this is one I'm just like, Brittany, chill. Like, you don't need it. There's nothing super spectacular, at least from what it appears. Unless you guys, like, sell the shit out of it to me. We're still going to keep it in the loves list, though. Because it's Gucci. And we're the Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Ashley says, I'm eyeing the new Dyson, but I keep seeing videos of them breaking. Is it the Airwrap? Which new Dyson? Which one? Give me the tea. Next, we have Cinema Secrets Pro Makeup Brush Cleaner in the scent Lemon. I personally like the vanilla scent better, but I like that this one is clear. So that's why I actually get this one now. Because I used to get the blue one all the time. And I actually have some brushes in my collection that are stained blue from the blue version. And I don't even dip my brush in them. I usually like to fill this in a little spray bottle like this, and I spray the brushes and then clean them off. But the blue one has destroyed some of my brushes, so I stick with the clear one now. Next, we have the Westman Atelier Face Trace Cream Contour Stick. This is one of my favorite products from Sephora of all time. In the shade Biscuit. I'm wearing the shade Truffle. It's the deeper one, and it's more warm toned in the mini size. I think the bigger sizes of these are, like, the packaging is so much better. Like this one, it doesn't have that magnetic closure, but it's a great way to try the product, but I already know that I love it. I want the full size. This is staying in my loves list because I need to get another one of those because I miss that product so much. It's fantastic. I love it. Let's see. The new color they have released, it's pink and rose gold, the Air Wrap. I still use the Air Wrap every single day almost. I even used it today, even though I ended up throwing my hair back after the gym. One of my most recommended products is the Air Wrap. You know this. You know how much I love the Air Wrap. I don't love the newer barrels as much as the old ones. I've said that a lot too, but it's still like, I still would buy it again. It's still fantastic. Next we have the Melt Cosmetics Christmas Town eyeshadow palette. I've kind of removed the idea of getting this. It's one that I wanted just for collection purposes. I'll just wait for it to go on sale, and it will go lower than $60. It'll go lower than 20% off. I can almost guarantee it. I want to say that Melt Cosmetics is doing like a bundle deal right now for this palette and the Halloween Town one, which I already have the Halloween Town one. I should have just fucking waited, but I honestly thought that these palettes were going to sell out like as soon as they dropped, and surprisingly they didn't. But I am going to wait. I don't need that shit right now. And then we have the mini candle sampler set. This is what I love about the loves list, because this was something that launched, I think, in probably like Christmas time. So when you add products like this to your loves list, you tend to forget about them, like the favorite sets and stuff like that. So since it's final sale, just be mindful of that. Like, you might get it, you might not like it, you might have to return it. And since it's you know, older, they might not, if it was makeup, it might not be in the best condition because it's older, but it's candles, like, it's fine. So this, I actually ended up buying, I think, during the sale. I love these samplers where it gives you a sample. You get to pick the full size of the one you want with a little coupon, and it's basically like you get the samples and a coupon, and then you get a product for free, like girl math. Even though you're paying $60 for it, plus whatever percentage off, it's still girl math because you got that coupon, you got it for free. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I always put these in my loves list because I tend to forget about them, or I'm like, fuck, I wish that I got this candle instead, or this candle too. I could buy this one later and then get another one for free. All right, next we have the Gucci Hydrating Concealer. I'm not going to go through the whole name because I probably can't pronounce it anyways. Another concealer I've heard really good things about, and I love this packaging. I think it's so pretty. I need to know if you've tried the Gucci, the Valentino, Dior, or the new Guerlain. Which one's the best? What's the next concealer that I need to bring into this collection? Because I'm going to get one. I need to declutter a bunch of stuff, but I need some new stuff as well. Like, when stuff goes out, new stuff's got to come in. That's just how it works. All right, next we have Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Waterproof Eyebrow Definer Pencil. Okay, $25. I like to, honestly, I'm going to just cover these both in one. So we've got also the Makeup Forever Artist Longwear Skin Fusing Powder Highlight. I like to always check out Makeup Forever because this is another brand like House Labs. They're pretty exclusive to Sephora, so it's not like you can get them at many other retailers. So I like to add them in there because that highlight I thought was so pretty. I think I seen Rose, is it Rose Sayard, I think is how you pronounce her last name. It's Rose in Ben Beauty if you aren't familiar. But she used the lavender one and it looks so beautiful on her. And then I seen these in store and it's a pale gold with a light pink shimmer. So yeah, that's all about my whole life. But I also was interested in the eyebrow definer pencil because it looks like it's got that nice precise tip applicator like I love. Like, y'all know how much I love the Huda Beauty. That's my current favorite brow pencil. That's what I used on my brows today. But I have heard nothing about this. Give me some feedback. What are some precise eyebrow pencils you guys like? I'm always looking for your guys' recommendation as well. Next, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Highlighter Wand. I have almost all of these. I have this one in my loves list because I don't have the shade Pinkgasm Sunset. Probably not going to prioritize this right now. It's $42, but that's going to be one that one day I want to own it. But I'm going to check and see if it's available at Ulta. So that's going to stay there to remind me. I'm not doing a very good job at decluttering anything right now. We're just going through pretty much everything. All right, next we have Haus Labs, the gel powder highlighter in the shade Rose Quartz. Another one, I want it. I just haven't gotten around to buying it yet. I love a pinky highlighter, like I said. $40. A good idea to prioritize during the sale. That's a maybe. That's a maybe for me. We're gonna stay. Next we have the YSL All Hours Creaseless Precise Angles Concealer. This one's gonna come off, I think, because I finally was able to try the All Hours foundation and I like it, but I'm not in love with it. And because they're both like All Hours in the same line, I feel like I'm gonna feel the same way about the concealer as I did the foundation. Does anybody else do that? If you've tried it and if you've tried both, let me know if they are comparable or if you think that they're different enough. But I think that one's going to come out because there's other ones that I just think I'll prefer more. And then I also have the Say Mini Glow Super Gel Lightweight Dewy Highlighter in the shade Sun Glow. I think I added this to my loves list because my stepdaughter wanted it. Because I'm like, I wouldn't have added that, I don't think. And it's in the shade Sun Glow. I actually think I have that. I digress. I'm going to take that off my loves list. Then we have the Patrick Ta Silky Lip Cream in the shade Flushed. It's a dusty rose. I like this formula, and I think it's the shades that I'm not in love with. So this is another one I think is going to come off my list. But every time I see them in store, I want them. But it's the shades. That's always why I don't ever end up buying them. Like, I love the packaging. I love the aesthetic. Like, I feel like Patrick Ta is another one of those brands where I want to own everything. But because the shades are just slightly off from what I like is what always holds me back. Okay. Yeah, I think that one's going to come off. Then I feel like we're getting into where I'm like, I probably have purchased some of these because these have all been on my loves list for a while. So the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Concealer, I have this. I think it's fine. I think that there's other ones that are significantly better than this one, but I have heard some people absolutely love this, like top concealer in their collection. For me, I think that there's other ones that are better. It's worth a shot. I think if you like, I would say a medium coverage. It's a little bit heavier, in my opinion, for me. I typically like something that is, I'm going to say medium coverage, and it feels weightless. I don't feel that this one feels super weightless, and it's not as liquidy. It's more of like a mousse, I think. And I also really don't like the packaging on this one. So that's my review on that one. I would say that I wouldn't recommend it just because I think that there's other ones like the Dior that are significantly better. So yeah, that one's going to come off. This is the highlighter. It's Bouncy Lilac for the Makeup Forever. That's the one that I saw Rose use. So that's why that one is still in my loves list as well. And then we have the LYS Beauty Skin Loyalty Setting Spray. Another brand that I want to love everything and I want to own everything, but something is just usually underwhelming for me. And I think it's because I've only found like one product that works really well for me, and that was the cream blushes that looked like a triangle that were in like the wider packaging, not the stick ones, the ones that it was like an actual triangle. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I mean. Ashley's asking, did anyone get the new Natasha Denona highlight? I was waiting to see if that drops at Sephora during the sale because I didn't get it yet. But if it drops at Sephora, I do have a discount code with Natasha Denona if you are interested. I think it's BRITCHES or BRITCHES15 on the Natasha Denona website. You do have to be logged in to use that code though. But I'm waiting to see if it drops at either Ulta or Sephora for the 20% off. But I did plan on getting that. The LYS Beauty, I just want to hear more opinions on it because I like a setting spray that's going to be for longevity. I do like some that are going to give me like that dewy look to my skin, or it's going to help melt the makeup products into my skin. Like, I feel like that's where I really like the Rare Beauty is for the melting purpose. But for longevity, I love like Urban Decay All Nighter, Charlotte Tilbury, even the Hourglass one, but I feel like that one's probably more for like that skin-like type of finish. I need to know what kind of finish to expect from the LYS one. So if you've tried it, let me know, but I have heard like 0 people talking about it. Another Complexion product is the Hourglass Veil Hydrating Skin Tint Foundation. Oh, the app is not working? Weird. Is the Sephora acting up for anyone else? It has not been working right under the last few days. I have to keep reinstalling it. I have not had that problem, but that's weird. I have not had that issue. So Hourglass, the Skin Tint Foundation. I'm going to take this off my loves list and add it into my wish list at Ulta because I know that that is available there. Next we have Versace Dylan Purple Perfume. And I thought I liked this more than I actually do. Because I actually bought, it was like the perfume sampler set during Christmas time, I think it was. And the Versace Dylan Purple was in there. And after I used all the fragrances, I figured out which one I liked. I actually ended up picking Marc Jacobs Daisy because that is just a staple perfume. It's like such a basic bitch perfume, but I love it. I was planning on getting this one though, and then I smelled it on my skin, and I just didn't really feel like I had that great of a throw on me, so that one is going to come off my loves list. Wow. I'm not doing great at decluttering this, but it's okay. Next, we have these Slip Large Slip Silk Scrunchies. I'm actually wearing a Slip Scrunchie right now. I love Slip Scrunchies. I'm sure that there's other ones that are comparable that are silk, but I have just pretty much only used Slip specifically for silk scrunchies, but I'm sure there's some on like Amazon you can get. But I usually do end up buying these because I just like when they do like the little gift sets with the different sizes, and then Jocelyn always steals them from me, so I love that too. Next we have the K. Alley Yum Pistachio Gelato. This is why I love the loves list right here. Because this is one it launched, probably a year ago or so? Or almost a year ago. I got a mini size and I loved it. Put it in my loves list because I'm like, I need to remember that I want this for spring and summer. So as I'm scrolling through my loves list and I'm picking out which fragrance I want to get, because that's another thing that I always prioritize, this is at the top of my list because I fucking loved this. I almost said foundation. I love this perfume. It smells so yummy. Like, Yum Pistachio is the perfect name for it because it's sweet, it's marshmallowy, it's got the pistachio, but it's not too overwhelming. It's so fucking good. Like, I just want to lick myself when I'm wearing it. And I got the mini size and I smoked through it so fast because I wore it every single day. Top of my list for a fragrance purchase for this sale because so pretty. Then we have Armani Beauty, the Luminous Silk Glow Blush in the shade Mania. Still at the top of my list as well. I have purchased other shades that I was prioritizing for the time of the year. Like, what was it? The Christmas or November sale, whenever the fuck it was, I was getting blushes that were more like everyday appropriate. I think I got it was like a duo gift set during the holiday time. I got that during the last sale, but I put this in my loves list because I'm like, once spring and summer come, that coral red, I'm going to fuck it up. And it's at the top of my list of what's in my cart. So that one, don't be surprised if you see that in my Sephora haul, because you already know that a Sephora haul is coming. It's going to come. Don't worry. Next, we have House Labs by Lady Gaga, the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. I love the idea of this, but I don't think that I love this formula. Like, I shouldn't say I don't love the formula. I don't love everything about it. Like, whenever I swatch these in store, I'm just like, okay, it's like a matte bronzer. I want something that's more, radiant. I've heard really good things about this. I just think it's the wrong time. Maybe like fall, winter time. So this one I'm going to keep in my loves list. I just really hope the Armani bronzer launches during the sale. Because that's the one I feel like I'm the most excited about right now. Ashley says, I'm not in love with the Armani blushes. What? I love them. I especially love, is it Offbeat? I think Offbeat and the pink one that was in the gift set of the duo. I love them because they just give that sheen. They're buildable. Yes. So pretty. What about, I know, I hope it drops for the sale too. I got my eyes on that too. I'm right there with you. All right, this is one, okay, I see this every single time I go in store and I have yet to buy it. I need to take this off my loves list. It's the St. Jane Beauty Luxury Lip Shine. So it's a lip oil with vitamin C. I am not a lip oil bitch. I want to be because everybody loves a lip oil, but they come off my lips so fast. Like, I'm wearing a lip gloss and it's still holding up. A lip oil would have been gone, like, how long have we been on here for? Almost an hour. It would have been gone like 45 minutes ago. Lip oil's just right off. But that lip shine, I swatch it every single time I go in Sephora almost, and I just think it's so pretty. But I have not bought it, and I've looked at it so many times, and I just keep taking it out of my cart. So I just need to take it off my loves list. Same with the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Divine Powder Bronzer. If I'm going to get this, I'm going to get it on like a Pat McGrath sale or something like that. Another one, like I hear good things about it, but I'm not sure if I hear good enough things about it where I'm like, yeah, I would get this during Sephora sale. So that one is going to come off my list. Then we have the YSL New Halo Tint Highlighter. I felt like during like fall, winter, I heard a lot of good things about this, but it's just kind of faded over time. Let's see. Waiting to hear your thoughts on the new Fenty Demi Glow Highlighter. I need to see them in store. And that's going to be an Ulta purchase. But I saw and I'm interested. But I don't know if I'm going to buy them. Because honestly, like Fenty doesn't really work great for my skin. But the highlighters usually do. So that's where I'm like... But I think what is so appealing to me about the highlighters is they always have so much... They're like so glittery and there's like such a specific purpose for them in my collection. Like the Diamond Bomb highlighter is one of my favorites. It's not something I use all the time, but it's for like whenever I go on vacation, I always bring that one. Or there's another one. It's just like the pink highlighter. It's super sparkly. I focus it right on the high points. And it's just one of those things where I'm like, there's nothing else like it that I have found on the market as far as those types of highlighters. Whereas I feel like the new Demi Glow ones, they're kind of like everything else. You know, like there's definitely products out there that are kind of like it. And I think that's why I'm not as excited about it. But I haven't seen them in store yet. So I will see about those. But that would be an Ulta purchase. All right, so back to the YSL. I could see myself liking this. And I'm interested, but it's probably going to come off my loves list because I didn't want it bad enough, I guess. Same with the House Labs Atomic Shake Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick. I feel like I heard about these for like a hot minute and then everybody just stopped talking about them. This is always what happens too, is these products will be getting raved about and I'll be like, all right, loves list. Just putting it in the loves list. And then it just, you just wait to see if it stands the test of time. And so many products just like they're hyped up because they're new. And then it's just like, they never came out. It makes no sense. Okay, another one of the Armani Luminous Silk Glow Blushes. Do I have this one? I feel like this could be the shade that I own. 52 Ecstasy. It's a cool baby pink. Let me check. I should have these like right at the top of my drawer somewhere, I think. Because these you'll definitely be seeing in my Sephora recommendations video. So I have... This is Offbeat. This is probably my favorite of all of them. But my most used is 51, I think. This one is like everyday appropriate. So I don't have Ecstasy. So that's another one I would prioritize for spring, summer. I wish that they would do Mania and Ecstasy in like a little duo like they did with these two. I don't really wear the shade 50 all that much, except for if I want like a little bit more of a sheen to my cheeks. Oh, my mic went crazy. Oh, it's probably because I closed my laptop. Is it okay now? Sorry, guys. All right, so I love those. Ecstasy is now at the top of my list because I do want that shade. But I think Mania will be the one that wins, though. Look I got the Valentino Hydrating Concealer again. What the fuck? Maybe this is my sign that that's the concealer that I need to get. But I also see that out of stock. Great. All right, Westman Atelier, the Skin Activator Serum. This one I am going to take off my loves list just because if I haven't purchased it by now, I'm most likely not going to. I love I love Westman Atelier makeup, but I don't know how I feel about their skincare. I feel like Mo Makeup, Mo Beauty really like this, but I don't think it's something that it's like I need. Because honestly, like hyaluronic acid doesn't really work well for my skin, and I've just kind of accepted that. Like anytime I see hyaluronic acid promoted in a product, I'm like, okay, irrelevant. Just doesn't make sense for me. It doesn't really work that great for me. So that one, I am going to take it off, and it's $150. So yeah, we're going to pass on that one. Next one that's going to come off is the Huda Beauty Glowish Bright Light Hydrating Sheer Concealer. Why I even put this on my loves list, I have no idea, because who wants a sheer concealer? But for two, I have heard, since Huda has like taken back over as CEO of Huda Beauty, I believe she's getting rid of all of the Glowish stuff. So why would I spend money on it when they're going to discontinue it anyways? I don't want to fall in love with it and then, yeah, I don't want to fall in love with it and then be like, fuck, I can't get it no more. But sheer concealer, I probably put it in my loves list because it was new. Because this is another thing that I do with my loves list. If I see things like how the Hourglass powder, it shows up on the site, but I know it's not available, I'll put it in my loves list, so when it's available, it like pops right up. Like I notice it immediately. Because whenever I log into Sephora, I always go on my loves list just to see like what came back in stock or what just launched or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure that's why that's in there. But yeah, we're going to take that off the loves list. Next we have the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Mattifying and Blurring Transfer Proof Setting Spray. I feel like this is another one I put in my loves list because it was new and I was like, okay, speaking my language, blurring, transfer proof, setting spray. But I have heard nothing, crickets about this setting spray. And I feel like that's very bold, like very bold claims for a setting spray. And just the fact that I haven't heard nothing about it, I'm like, okay, Milk, you're full of shit. So unless one of you comes through and was like, no, like it's revolutionary, I'm going to end up decluttering that one off of my loves list as well. And then this one is going to stay because this is still a concealer I really want to try. This is actually a really good time to get Tom Ford is during any Sephora sale because Tom Ford never goes on sale. So it's the Traceless Soft Matte Concealer. I also saw they're coming out with a new foundation that I'm really excited about. I really like Tom Ford Beauty. It's luxurious. I know it's expensive, but it like checks all my boxes of what I like when it comes to makeup. But this one, I feel like I still hear a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people recommend it. The only downfall for me personally is it's in stick form, and I don't know how much I'm going to love that, especially for my under eyes. Because, as I said earlier, stick formulas are typically like heavier and thicker, and I got the fine lines, the texture. I don't want anything accentuated, but from everything that I've heard, people say that this is like the exception to the rule. Like, it is a fantastic concealer. So maybe that one will be the one I try. We shall see. Oh, let's see. I think it's pronounced Luciana. Is that how you pronounce your name? I don't like the sprayer for the Milk setting spray. I have one, or I at least had one from Milk, and I didn't like it either. Okay, some people say the Milk makeup setting spray is better than the Patrick Star. I personally don't get the hype of the one size spray. I really, really don't. I don't think it does much for me personally, but who knows? Maybe I'll keep that Pore Eclipse Mattifying and Blur Transfer setting spray, because maybe I will like it better. We shall see. Okay. Tower 28 Sculptino Cream Contour and Bronzer. I already own this, I believe. No, I own a shade of these. What shade do I have? I have the shade Getty. I honestly should probably declutter these because these are old as fuck. I got this one, I believe, when these first launched. And creams, they don't really last that long. But like these bronzers, I still love them, but I should probably declutter them and just get a new one of the shade West Coast. But the Sculptino bronzers are great. I do really like them. But there's other formulas that I like better, like Westman Atelier, even NARS. I think NARS has a fantastic cream contour. That one's going to get decluttered off my loves list. I wanted it because I really liked the one that I had, and I wanted to get a better shade option for me. But there's other ones that I still like better. So I could take that $20 that I would have spent on that and put it towards something I already know that I love. Next, we have the Milk Makeup Sculpt Cream Contour Stick. I want to say I got a mini size of these as well. I really like the bronzer formula. And I think because I like the bronzer formula, I wanted to try the contour stick. I don't think that this is this the mini size for $24? It doesn't matter. Still one, I feel like I would have gotten it by now if I was going to get it. If you guys think I need to try it, let me know. But I'll probably end up taking that one off my loves list as well. Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Cream Contour Duo. Another one I hear amazing things about to this day. Like, people still recommend this all the time. It's $90, which is why it's still on my loves list. I'm just like, I can't wrap my mind around $90 on it. And I'm sure it's worth it. I'm sure it's fantastic because it's Tom Ford and because of how much people love it. One of these days, I'll bite the bullet. Look at another Very Valentino Hydrating Concealer. That's the third time that's been on my loves list. Holy fuck. I think that's the one that I need to get because goddamn. All right, this one I'm going to take off my loves list as well because this sold out. It went viral. Everybody lost their shit over it. And now I feel like the time has passed. It's the One Size Cheek Clapper in the shade Attention Seeker. In my mind, I wanted to love this because everybody else did. But the shade, quite frankly, I just don't think is ideal for me. I think I could make it work, but especially like the highlighter, it's super glittery and not in a flattering way. Like, I feel like the Fenty highlighters are glittery but very flattering. Just by swatching it, because I've seen these in store, just judging off the swatch, I feel like the powder is too light, whereas I have this one already. I think if I didn't have this Patrick Ta palette, I would have been more likely to get that. But because I got that one first is why I'm like, okay, I don't need this. Because I already have what I need that powder formula for. Does that make sense? I'm going to take it off. Next, we have the Lip Snatcher Waterproof Precision Lip Liner. I'm still interested in this. Same with the Lip Snatcher Hydrating Liquid Lipstick, but it's another one where I'm like, I feel like I would have gotten it already because they're not insanely expensive, especially the lip liner. I just can't get past the fucking Aqua Lip from Makeup Forever. They're just my favorite lip liners at Sephora. Any other lip liners you guys recommend, let me know. But, I mean, it's $14, so that's not too bad. I have the shade Shy But Fly. I really like the shade name on that. I feel like this is another brand, though. I want to love it, and I want to love everything, and I just feel usually very underwhelmed. Like, I'm always the one that's like, all right, everything's getting hyped and going viral, and I'm over here just like, I don't get it. As usual. You can always count on me to not get the hype with the viral products, because I feel like that happens literally so much. So I think I'm going to actually take all 3 of those one size products off. I hate doing that because I love Patrick, but one of these days, something is going to rock my world from one size. The powder almost does it. This powder almost does it, except this packaging, I fucking hate it. I love this part of the packaging. I hate the, plastic and how the powder comes through. The powder is way too thick. I feel like this powder needs a sifter. If this had a sifter, it would be so much better. And that, I feel like, would put it way over the top. Next, we have the Melt Cosmetics Perfectionist Brow Ultra Precision Pencil. Another one that it's ticking my boxes. That sounds like a super ideal pencil for me, except I haven't tried it yet. $22. Maybe I'll snag this one during the sale. We shall see. That's a maybe. Another one, I feel like I really haven't heard nothing about it. I'll ponder that one. That one might stay. Next, we have the Gucci 24-hour full coverage luminous matte finish foundation. I want to get this because I used to love the original foundation formula. One of my most complimented foundations of all time. However, the shade is so yellow. I feel like the shades are so off from what they should be. It says fair medium with neutral undertones. I feel like it's 275C. Even though it's a C, it's probably still going to be too yellow. I feel like the undertones is what really fucks with me when it comes to Gucci for their foundation shades. This would be one, if I seen it in store and I could swatch it, I would buy it. But it doesn't make sense to me to have a luminous matte finish. So that's where it makes me curious, because I know that I love the original Gucci, but I feel like that's another one though. It's kind of past its prime. Don't be surprised if that one comes off the loves list. All right, this one's coming off the loves list because available at Ulta if I wanted to get it. It's the Fenty Beauty Fenty Icon Velvet Liquid Lipstick. I remember this being a moussey formula. I can't even remember that much about it, which tells me okay, you don't need it. You don't want it. You didn't want it bad enough, so we could just keep going. It's $29. We're just going to keep pressing. Danessa Myricks, the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder Flushed in the shade Jubilee. It's a soft terracotta. That is a shade that I want. So this could be one that comes home with me during the sale, because I feel like this is a shade that I would really like for spring, summer. So that one's going to stay. Then we have the Velour Lashes Pretty Big Deal Too Big Mascara. One of my favorite mascaras of all time. I actually have this in my loves list because I need to replenish this one. I love it. I love a Too Big Mascara because I'm always telling you guys my eyes are super sensitive. And it just makes it really easy to get off of my lashes. But my favorite thing about this one, I love the Thrive Cosmetics mascara, and I love this one from Hourglass. They're both tubing mascaras, except they have plastic applicators, whereas this Velour one has a brush applicator, and it's a fucking game changer for me because it doesn't irritate my eyelids like the other ones do. And when I say eyelids, it's the piece of skin where your eyelash meets your eye, that little piece of skin, your eye line, but on the upper lid, the plastic applicators irritate the fuck out of that every single time. So the Velour one, it doesn't do that because it's a brush. It's way more gentle. I love this mascara. It's definitely a recommendation for me. I do plan on getting another one, so that one is going to stay on my loves list. I'm going to take this off my loves list, the Kosas Concealer. I've heard really mixed reviews on this one as well. It's available in a mini size now, but I feel like if I was going to get it, I would have tried it by now. Yeah, we're just going We're going to keep on keeping on. Rare Beauty Positive Light Silky Touch Highlighter. I do really like this formula, and this is the shade Exhilarate. It's Champagne Gold. I feel like Rare Beauty for this year holiday needs to do like a highlighter palette or something like that. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do one last year, but I feel like I'm not going to get any more until they do like a face palette or something like that. Just because it's hard for me to justify buying like a ton of different singles for highlighters because I'll never use them all up, which is why I love like face palettes. Or when you can get like 2 or 3 in one, I just love that shit. Next we have another Tom Ford, the Shade and Illuminate Highlighting Duo in the shade Mood Light or Nude Glow. Another one, I've just lusted over this for so long. I want to get it and I just haven't yet. So she's going to stay. And then this one, it's just chilling, waiting for me to cash in my points for $200 worth of Sephora rewards. Because Love Don't Be Shy, I already have the bottle. Where is it? I brought it down here for Sephora VIB sale purposes. This is the refillable bottle. So it's a little bit cheaper. I already have the packaging. I'm going to fill this bitch up. And then I'm going to put some in my little travel one. And call it a day. $235. So to pay $35 for literally my favorite perfume of all time? Yes, please. So that one's just patiently waiting for me. I could take this one off of my loves list because I already have it. I like it, but I don't love it enough to buy another shade. But that could change. And here's why. So this is the Merit Bronze Balm Sheer Sculpting Bronzer. I have, what shade do I have? I think it's called Leo. So I have the shade Leo right now. It works for my skin tone as I am right now, but once I get a tan, it doesn't work that great for me. I want something a little bit deeper. This formula is beautiful. And this is a bronzer contour for me for spring, summer. So I say that this could change because if I get into, you know, like my spring, summer makeup and I start reaching for this more, I think that's where I'm at now. Like I haven't been reaching for it, so I haven't thought about it. But if I start reaching for this during the spring and summer, I'm going to end up buying a darker shade just to be better for my skin tone. So that one, I am going to keep it there. I need to ponder that more. Like, I should really weigh that out for a sale purchase because it fits this time of year. It's a product I know that I like it. That's a maybe. Okay, Gucci Gorgeous Flora eyeshadow palette. It's $152. And I wanted this because 1, the packaging. 2, because I want to own everything Gucci. And the color story is so pretty. The packaging is absolutely gorgeous. But if I were going to get it, I would have gotten it already. But it's okay to just lust after it, right? But this is honestly another reason why I love the loves list because I totally forgot about this palette. But because it's been chilling over here. Oh, it's still so cute though. But like the original palette, I need to take it off. The original palette, I have it just like basically up in there with all my luxury shit. Just for presentation purpose. Like I don't touch it. I don't ever use it. But it wasn't that bad. Like I wasn't mad at it. I did like the formulas, but I wasn't in love with them. I wasn't in love with them enough to pay $152 for another palette. So I just need to take that off my loves list. Next we have Good Fortune from Viktor and Rolf. I feel like I was like in the mood for this once. And that's why it's in my loves list. But overall, I could easily take this off. Like, it's nice, but it's not one of my favorite fragrances. Or I would have purchased it by now. So I'm going to take that one out. And then the YSL No Limits Cream Bronzer. I see this every time I go in store. And I just feel like the shades are off for me personally. And they're so pigmented. Like, this is one cream bronzer contour that scares the shit out of me. Because it's so pigmented. It looks so creamy. And the way that I see people use it, I'm just like, it looks like it's too much. But I haven't tried it. it's not that, like, it's not that expensive, and go figure, the shade that I want is out of stock anyway. So maybe she'll stay there. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it, but I'm telling you, it literally scares the shit out of me because, you know, it's Meredith Duxbury is who makes it, like, super unapproachable for me because the way that it just, like, glides on, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's too much. It's too fucking much. Next, we have another Kilian, Good Girl Gone Bad. I am going to take this one off my loves list. I do have a mini size of it, and I could see myself getting a full size eventually, but I feel like there's going to be other scents that Kilian does that I'm going to buy over this one. Like, I like it, but I'm not in love with it to spend $295 on it. So it would be one that it's like, okay, if I want it, I'm just going to keep getting a rollerball size. It's okay. It's okay. It's Kilian. I still love them. But that one, I am going to take a chill pill. Moroccan Oil Mini Dry Body Oil. I love the scent of Moroccan Oil everything. Well, I should say Moroccan Oil Original everything. I love that smell. So when I saw that they had a body oil, I want to try this one, especially with spring summer coming up. I love a body oil because my legs, especially, like when I shave or wax, I'm super sensitive. Like my skin just always itches. One of my favorites is the Supple Skin Oil from L'Occitane. But because I love the scent of Moroccan Oil is what makes me want to try this body oil. So if you've tried it, let me know what you think. But I feel like L'Occitane still might win because it's just so luxurious and so nice. I love everything about the L'Occitane one. We've got the Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in the shade Cherry Blossom. I have since purchased, so that can come off my loves list. I keep this on my loves list as well because I feel like the Brazilian Foreplay Moisturizing Shower Cream Gel, this big size goes in and out of stock a lot. So whenever I see it come back in stock is usually when I purchase it during the sale. But Sol de Janeiro is now available at Ulta. So I'm going to check if that's available at Ulta. I'm going to add it in the cart over there. Because here's the other thing. If you aren't familiar and why I keep bringing this up every single time I talk about, well, this is available at Ulta. Ulta doesn't frown upon stacking codes like Sephora does. So when you shop at Sephora, say if you have $100 in rewards or $200 in rewards or however many hundreds of dollars in rewards, you can't use them at the same time as you get your 20% off. Ulta, you can. So that's why I say, like, Ulta, you can get the 20% off. You could stack your, whatever, you could exchange in your points at the same time. So it's like you're double dipping and Ulta lets you do it. That's why I fucking love Ulta. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. So I'm going to check and see if this size is available because I love the Sol de Janeiro, like this whole line for spring and summer. Yes, bitch. This is the time that I usually will indulge. And I wish that they launch more gift sets at this time of the year just because I feel like this is when most people are buying it. But that's also probably why they don't do gift sets. All right, Tom Ford, the Traceless Soft Matte Primer. I'm going to take this one off. It's one that I was interested in for a while, but I really don't need mattifying primers. Like, I don't get super oily where I'm like, okay, it's like a major concern for me. I get oily, but I feel like every time I use mattifying primers, they don't really work for me anyways. I still get oily regardless. So that one I'm going to take off. I keep this one in my loves list for a reason. The Eye Defining Pen from Tom Ford. One of the best and one of my most recommended products ever. Like, if you love a liquid eyeliner, this is the only one you need. I have had this for go back on my channel, I promise you, and watch almost every single Sephora recommendations video. This is still the same one. And I have had it for years, and it still applies like that. I'm telling you, you buy this once, like, I know it's expensive as fuck, it's $62, but it is well worth the investment. Like, I'm not somebody that does liquid eyeliners like that often because, frankly, I'm not that good at it, and I don't think it looks that great on me. But if you're somebody that does a lot, this is going to be one. It does not dry out, I swear to God. Like, I don't know what magic is in this, but it refuses to dry out. It's like, You know how a lot of people have that like pet that won't die? That's the eyeliner that won't die. It's just, I'm telling you, it's well worth the investment. 100% recommend. Then we have some Kerastase. It's the Chroma Absolute High Shine Gloss Treatment. I feel like when my hair was blonde, like throughout, I was really focused on high shine products because whenever your hair is blonde, you really lose a lot of your shine. So this isn't really something I'm interested in now, but I could see myself going blonde again. Like, I'm just letting my hair ride it out. Like, this is all my natural hair, grays and all. But we're going to keep that there because I love Kerastase. And I guarantee that's a good product. This Kosas concealer we've already talked about. We're going to take that off. See, like, look at... some of these are so fucking old. Tom Ford Bitter Peach Lip Color Matte Lipstick. I need to just take this off because if I was going to buy it, I would have already. I just mainly love the packaging. I think it's super cute. And then the Westman Atelier Lip Suede Lipstick Palette in Les Nudes. I want to say I got this. Or I have something like this that has some nudes in it. Westman Atelier is like my Pokemon. I just want to catch them all. But I don't use these, so I don't need it. So another one, it's $85. It needs to just come off. Like, I'm not going to buy it. I haven't bought it yet. Moving on. Tatcha Texture Tonic. I have since purchased this a couple times. This has actually been sent to me as well. I don't find, like, mark this on your calendars, guys. I have finally found a Tatcha product I don't think is worth it. I use this and use this and use this, and it just gave me no results, really, at all. I immediately switched over to the Paula's Choice. Instant results. Like, people noticed immediately that I did something with my skincare. So this one, I don't recommend it. I love Tatcha so much. You guys know this, but that product for me, it's just not worth the investment, in my opinion. And then we have the Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry Wand. I'm going to take this one off too. Like, I keep this in my loves list thinking I'm going to get it, and I've almost purchased it so many times, but if I'm going to buy it, it's going to be at Pat McGrath and not at Sephora. So easy one to take off, but the main thing that it always draws me in is because I see Pat McGrath use it and how much better her eyeshadows look when using it. So it's like, I still want it, but I'm just not going to get it at Sephora. Dior Forever Natural Powder Bronzer. Another one I think is better for me for fall winter time because I feel like this one, it's probably going to be more of like a natural but more mattifying finish. But I also believe that these are available at Ulta as well. So that one could come off. The Refi Gloss Highlighter. I'm interested in this one, and this would be something I would prioritize for this time of the year. So I'm going to keep this one. I have a liquid highlight that's kind of like this already, though, which is from Vive. It's the Skin Dew. It kind of looks like it's going to give a similar vibe. I don't really use this one that much other than spring, summer. But it's like, since I have this one, I really don't feel like I need to get the Refi. But if I seen it in store, I might get it. I'll ponder that one, too. That one's on the brink. Like, I'll probably end up getting rid of that one off of my loves list. And then we have the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Y'all already know this is my favorite moisturizer of all time. Every fucking moisturizer wishes it was the Dewy Skin Cream. And the main reason I will always keep this on my loves list is because this size always goes out of stock. This is primarily I'm going to say, Christmas or holiday time item because it is the jumbo size. I love these. I have gone through so many of them. It's one of my most recommended products of all time. Then Cinema Secrets Brush Cleaner. We already talked about this one earlier, so I could take off this one because I always get the lemon version now since it's not going to dye my brushes blue. This might be, though, this could be another bronzer that I indulge in for spring, summer, because I keep this purposely in my loves list to remind me, Brittany, you want this. You want the Tom Ford Soleil Glow Bronzer. It's $70 for the small size, but I'm not mad at it. You know what? I think I'm going to add this to my cart. I have wanted this for so long, and I have heard so many people recommend it. Don't be surprised if I haul that for the Sephora sale this year. And then we have the Patrick Ta Major Glow Lip Shine in She's an Influencer. It's a pink pearl. I feel like I have this shade. I have 2 shades of these glosses. Now, these are the glosses from Patrick Ta that I fuck with. I love these. I wish that he would do more of these because they're the most sparkly, juicy, minty, cooling sensation. They have everything that I want in a lip gloss. They're so good. I wish that Patrick would get his shit together and do more of those. And that's everything that's on my loves list. Holy fuck, that was so much. An hour and a half that took us. Oh my God. Is the Day Styling Cream worth it? I haven't tried that one. I don't think I've tried anything from that brand. So I'm not the best person to ask for that one. And then Ashley also said, I love the Tom Ford bronzer. Get it. Get it. Get it. I think I'm going to, now that I remember that I had that in my loves list, I think I'm going to get that one. So if you guys have any recommendations for me after seeing everything that's on my loves list, I know it was a lot, but it's just meant in good fun. I like to go through it when I'm shopping for the sale, and you already know there's going to be a haul coming. There's going to be a recommendations coming. I'm going to try to do my recommendations later on now today, since it's the 4th. It's literally almost 2 o'clock in the morning right now. So I appreciate all you guys watching with me tonight. It was fun to be back and see you guys. And I'm just trying to get my shit together. And one day, maybe I'll get there. But everything is still pretty much the same for me. Everything's still in live stream format. And I'm just over here chilling, living my best life. And here to talk about all things makeup. So if you guys have a preference on how you would like me to do a recommendations, like the way that I'm looking at it as of right now is I'm going to try to focus primarily on either like newer stuff for me or stuff that I've just noticed that I've been reaching for a lot. Because obviously you guys haven't seen me a ton on YouTube for the past like 2 years. But there's things that I feel that are worthy enough to re-recommend and feature because I'm still loving them. And, you know, I got the new products that I also love. So if you guys have any recommendations on that or things that you guys want to see, also let me know. But that's the plan, is to do a recommendation, haul videos, all those things. And also, well, I was going to do a what's in my cart, but I feel like this kind of covers that. Letitia, hey, girl, hey. Am I getting the new Rare Beauty blush? Okay, so all right, this is how I'm going to look at it. Since shopping starts the 5th, I'm most likely going to do recommendations today, so on the 4th, but most likely tonight now. That way my recommendations is up in time for the sale when it starts. And then once the sale starts, if you guys want to see like foundations or eyeshadow palettes, like I feel like I'm going to do like a spring eyeshadow palette video or like a spring summer palette. But I also know some people don't shop the same way I do. You guys let me know. I'm always curious to see what you guys like to watch, and obviously I want to deliver what you guys are looking for. But that was where I was more of looking at it like I thought about even doing like my most repurchased products from Sephora, because there's some products that I talked about years ago, or you know, I've bought them and bought them and bought them, and I don't think to mention them because they're just staples for me. So I thought about doing a dedicated video to those as well, but I want to get like my core recommendations up tomorrow or today. Today. It's the 4th. I just don't want to confuse you guys when I'm saying today or tomorrow. On the 4th is when I plan on posting my recommendations. So again, give me your feedback. I would love to know what you guys are getting. What are your recommendations? Like, tell me the things that I need to try and that have blown your mind, especially since we haven't chitty chatted in, you know, a couple months. So I appreciate you guys not forgetting about me. But to answer my Glam Touches question, I'm not sure yet. You're going to have to stay tuned for a haul. So if you guys enjoyed tonight's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up or thumbs it down. That's cool too. And subscribe if you're new. Thank you. Oh my God, I forgot to say this. Thank you guys for 15,000 subscribers. I was like, only I could be off the internet for like 2 years and still hit one of my goals. I didn't think that was coming, but I was really excited about it. So thank you guys for watching and not forgetting about me as per usual. And I hope to see you guys in my next one.